Okay, today on the Cassady Stamps podcast, Google announced a Chrome cancellation, Audio Technica releases new headphones, Critical Role's Fireside went up in literal smoke, Apple plans FaceID for its computers, Cisco Linksys and D-Link routers being hacked, and more, so stay to the end. However, coming up first, Google announced a Chrome 82 cancellation. The plague caused Chrome 82, or M82, to be scrapped, which meant that Microsoft Edge 81 also had to be canceled, and I don't know, maybe something similar happened to Windows 9 in that it was canceled? Opera has not yet canceled their next version, but we're pretty sure it's only a matter of time. And M82 would have been the foundation for the next Chrome on Windows, Mac, Android, and Chrome OS, and possibly Linux. Not sure about iOS though. Japanese company Audio Technica. Up next, Japanese company Audio Technica releases new headphones. The ATH AWKT headphones have housings made of Japan's beautiful but rare kokutan, a species of ebony. Now, kokutan is also used to make woodwind instruments and pianos because it suppresses compromising resonances. And of course, to top it all off, it has a hand-applied semi-gloss finish. Critical Role's Fireside went up in smoke, actually quite literally. Marisha Ray and Matthew Mercer of Critical Role tried to set up by a fireplace to make it homey. However, something was wrong with the fireplace. The chimney wasn't exhausting properly, and so the fire alarms went off because of the fireplace. After all the technical difficulties had been resolved, the room was noticeably smoky, and the fireplace was unlit, and viewers were concerned about their health. And also, Adobe has released an emergency patch for leafcutter ants, or file-munching bugs. Adobe Creative Cloud had a bug allowing attackers to delete victims' files. It was caused by a time of check to time of use race condition vulnerability. In other words, two operations were trying to access shared data at the same time, which of course allowed hackers to manipulate files on the victim's system. Successful exploitation did require attackers to convince a victim to open a malicious file, but there were still successful exploitations. Up next, Apple is planning Face ID for iMac and MacBook Pro. Apple brought Touch ID to the iPhone and iPad before replacing it with Face ID, considering that for some reason they couldn't just put the touch sensor under the screen, although other people do that. Apple has filed a patent for, quote, light recognition module for determining user of a computer device, unquote. U.S. patent number 2020-00977747. It's trying to limit the possibility of data being stolen by an unauthorized user gaining access to the computer. Now, that kind of sounds like Windows Hello, and honestly, potential security risk if the camera is hacked. Really, you can't just cover it up when you're not using it, and cameras are a target of hackers, unfortunately. Although, to be honest, what isn't? And a bit of sad news, Gearbox Software Co-Founder Landon Montgomery has passed away.
Rest in peace.
Montgomery worked with titles including Half-Life, Brothers in Arms, Halo, etc., actually. He worked briefly with Bethesda in the 90s before co-founding Gearbox Software in 1999, before leaving the studio in 2010, actually. He was employed by NVIDIA at the time of his death. A bit of infuriating news, Cisco Linksys and D-Link routers are being hacked. More hacking? Seriously? It redirects users to malicious sites that install password and cryptocurrency credential stealing malware. Yes, it steals both your passwords and your cryptocurrency credentials.
Not my cryptocurrency credentials.
Of course, the safest way to protect your Bitcoin wallet is simply to lose it. And of course, the last time I mined, Bitcoin millionaire killer Mark February tried to patent my life. What it is hypothesized that they're doing is hackers are guessing passwords used to secure the router's remote management console when that feature is used. Don't use remote management console, guys.
Advice from Cancellation Stamps.
And now it's time for Advice from Cancellation Stamps. I highly doubt if that's in the same key because I do not have perfect pitch hearing. If you're interested in voiceover, now's a good time to start. To be honest, you probably have a microphone that's good enough. Even this, which I'm not really all that impressed with. Even a phone microphone could work. Honestly, a Blue Yeti, Blue Snowball, Blue Bluebird /Spark /Ember /Baby Bottle, Audio-Technica ATM63HE, Audio-Technica ATR2100 USB, Audio-Technica AT2005 USB, Audio-Technica AT2020, Audio-Technica BP40, Samson Q2U, Samson Meteor, Samson G-Track, Samson C01, or, any of the others in that series, including the USB versions, Shure SM58, Shure SM7B, Shure KSM8, Shure 55, Shure KSM 313/Nebraska, Shure MV51, Electro Voice ND767, Electro Voice US690, Electro Voice RE20/320/RE27ND, Sennheiser E835, Sennheiser MD421-2, Sennheiser MD441U, Sennheiser E609, Behringer XM8500, Behringer B1, Behringer C1, etc., etc., will all do perfectly fine. Now, if you're a streamer and actually have a schedule, setting the start time a few hours back and extending the end time might actually be wise. Just don't stay too long. It's not healthy to be streaming for that amount of time. However, this is an especially bad time for gas or gear acquisition syndrome. Try to control it as much as possible. This one's a bit controversial. Unless full-frame facecam is your main content, a C920 will work perfectly fine for your facecam, especially if recording, where I can tell you, I do not recommend facecam for anything, literally anything other than reaction videos and horror games. The entire appeal of horror games is getting to see the forced, stupid look on someone's face when an entirely predictable jump scare happens, just like with reaction videos. However, with literally any other video, it doesn't add anything to the video, and it actually subtracts from the video. Okay, this is the editor here. Editor Cancellation Stamps. I don't believe I was entirely clear when I say don't recommend facecam for anything. That is, anything that involves a tiny box in the corner and looking at something else, whether it be your screen or your desktop or something. So, upgrading to a DSLR or mirrorless camera actually matters the least in this case. Heck, I'm not even using the C920, I'm using the Logitech C615, Logitech Pro 9000, and Logitech C310. I mean, honestly, worrying about your face cam gives you the least bang for your buck. It is generally a small corner of your video. Heck, I even green screen. What I do recommend is you upgrade your camera last, after your microphone and your computer are upgraded. I mean, honestly, if you're not using a broadcast dynamic microphone or better, i.e. the Shure SM7B Electro Voice RE20/RE320/RE27ND, Rode Procaster, Neumann BCM 705, Audio Technica BP40, Aston Stealth, etc. Heck, even, heaven forbid, the Heil PR40. Yeah, I would recommend keeping your face cam where it's at.
This is YouTuber's personal. That's YouTuber's personal, everyone.
Okay, it is now time for YouTuber's personal. Hello, crap, and welcome to YouTuber's personal. This has been both a good time and a bad time for being a content creator. YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer had a surge in viewers, but the same applies for video creators and streamers. Of course, video creators are pretty much just YouTube only. If you're popular, you may have noticed increased viewership. You probably have. If you're less popular, you may have noticed little to no change. And if you're unpopular, you may have had decreased viewership. Of course, if you're unpopular enough, your viewership might not be able to go anywhere. Now, the second thing is YouTube, Twitch, and even Mixer are very oversaturated these days. It makes it kind of hard to get monetized. Now, Mixer does have basically open monetization with its embers, but only partners get ad revenue, the Spark Crystal, or transcoding. And Mixer partnership requires at least 2,000 followers, 12 streaming days per month, and 25 hours per month are required for partnership. YouTube and Twitch, on the other hand, have completely closed monetization. Only YouTube partners have ad revenue in Super Chat in its live streams and premieres. At least 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 annual watch hours, and a manual review are required for partnership. And with Twitch, only Twitch partners and affiliates have ad revenue, Twitch bits, and channel points. Partners have full access to transcoding, while for everyone else it's first come, first served, with affiliates getting priority access. Twitch affiliate, of course, requires a minimum of 50 followers, 500 minutes streamed per month, 7 broadcast days per month, and an average of 3 concurrent viewers per month. Twitch partner requires a minimum of 25 hours streamed per month, 12 broadcast days per month, and an average of 75 viewers per month.
Personal segment. This is it.
And now, onto the personal segment. I am doing an experiment involving different tissue papers, 4 to be specific: toilet paper, facial tissue, disposable wipes, and paper towels, and water. The toilet paper tissue dissolved basically instantly. Of course, it broke up once I actually shook it to simulate flushing. Shook the jar, specifically. The facial tissue took over a day and several shakings as well. The disposable wipe had pieces fall off. It's got fuzz at the bottom, but it is in a mostly one piece. The paper towel, however, I'm surprised by this. It is in perfect condition. I was expecting the disposable wipe to do better than everything else, but the paper towel is in perfect condition. Second, I got a new camera, yay! Yeah, I got a new camera. It is the Canon Vixia HF R800, if you can see that. Let's see. It is the Canon Vixia HF R800. My Logitech C615 is supposed to have really good autofocus. It does support clean HDMI out. And green screen, the green screen does appear properly colored. I was a bit worried because the living room did appear a bit desaturated, but I guess it has to do with the lighting. However, I do not have a capture card, and I would actually use, for example, the AverMedia GC311, which, I mean, honestly, is not the most popular product of the listing, so you might be confused by the negative reviews into thinking that it is actually bad. But no, most of the negative ones are for the Live Gamer Portable 2. Or the Elgato HD60S, but not the Camlink. Now, why would I use a game capture card for a camera? Well, first of all, the Camlink is huge for a USB plug, and also cableless devices are actually susceptible to motherboard interference, and USB extenders do create different problems because of what it is. The camera does also support pretty good optical image stabilization. The autofocus is a little slow, but at least it has autofocus. And unlike the L30, isn't fixed focus. And also, the L30 is also very, very worn out. And it is pretty old as well, and not as good. Also, in other terms, I also now have a third Minecraft account. My brother's birthday is also coming up very soon. To be honest, it won't be much different than usual. Honestly, stay at home is normal, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure that classes are online for the rest of the school year, and no school is not. Also, I've said this a bit before, but my dad does have a new PC. It is one of the only ones worst by had with 1 terabyte of storage, which, in my opinion, is the bare minimum amount of storage that a computer should have, and one of the only ones that worst by had with a respectable processor. And it is also the only one with both. We did, however, have to order it though, as it was out of stock, but it's a Lenovo Idea Center. A bit of sad news. My tablet may be dying. A bit of sad news. It is 2 years old, and it can't really play Minecraft Bedrock Edition well, especially while streaming it. And the headphone jack also may be going out. The battery is aging too, which of course brings us to what I've been testing. This week concludes the run of this guy, the Electro Voice US690. I have also been testing my new lights, the newer ZC10S, the Hosa XLR power switch, which I can just turn off and turn back on. I am still testing out Stream Elements. I do feel like I want to move all my stream labels over to Stream Elements. And yes, also the Canon Vixia HF-R800. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for. I really do hope you've enjoyed. If you did, then please do hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But anyways, this has been Cancellation Stamps. Cheers for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.